I don't know what Skinner's problem is. I used to see him in Carolina, and I thought he was really good.
Yeah.
And I thought when the Sabres got him, it was a great idea. Yeah. It was great. But my God, he doesn't look like the same Jeff Skinner we saw before.
And he wants to be here.
They got to restructure. He's got such a long deal, though. He's got like 6 more years left.
6 more years, yeah.
At $9 million.
$9 million, yeah.
You know how much now, like, you think about the players that left Buffalo. We were talking about this earlier. Guys that Bogosian goes, he plays for Tampa, wins it, plays well. Playing well in Toronto. Even
Ryan O'Reilly in St. Louis.
Becomes Conn Smythe.
Yeah.
And now you got why am I forgetting his name? Jeez, he's hurt for the Leafs right now. Hurt his hand. Came from the States. Wayne Simmons.
Oh, Wayne Simmons, yeah.
Playing great when he broke his hand. He'll be back shortly. I mean, those would be guys you would think would have been good on this Buffalo team.
He did okay in Buffalo for his cup of coffee the time he was here. So.
And they move him along. Mm-hmm. So anyways, I don't know. They're just I know you said it earlier. There's not much more to say. It's like beating a drum that doesn't ever get.
It's like you bring players in, they go out, and they do well everywhere else. It's been ongoing for 10 years now. So.
Yeah, 10 years without a playoff appearance. They do need a goalie, though. They have to get that goalie that is just a number one.
In hockey, the goalie is your quarterback, just like in football. He's the quarterback, so that's.
Yeah, they need one.
Basically, so.
They can't have 1A, 1B, You need 1 and 2. And that's how I think that's how it should go. I mean, I know there's been some teams that have done it successfully, but, I mean, even look at out in Vegas with Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yeah.
They had him for dead in Pittsburgh. And wow, they got him for nothing, too, because he was.
He's doing well there, so.
I mean.
I'd have loved to have him here, but. It didn't work out.
And when you look around the league, before we move on to something else, remember 804-1229-716 if you'd like to join us. But, we're here until 7 o'clock. Looking around the league, Tampa is, once again, they look like they could repeat. I mean, that goaltending. It went like 200 minutes without giving up a goal, Vasilevsky. And, geez.
I'm looking at Tampa and Toronto in the finals right now.
Well, that would be nice. Jeez.
That's my early prediction.
I like Las Vegas is really good. What about? I don't know what I think about the Bruins, but they're playing well as usual, as always. I thought Tuukka Rask was going to quit.
Yeah.
I had no idea he would come back. And
what's he? 40 years old now, something like that.
He's getting there,
39,
man.
40?
The Leafs drafted him. I still can't believe they traded him for Andrew Raycroft.
I know.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, because they kept Justin Pogge. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
I still can't believe that. Well, what are you going to
remember that well?
Andrew Raycroft. Remember, Andrew Raycroft had a moment in Boston. Rookie of the Year, I think, or something like that. But, what are you going to do, John? I'm dwelling in the past, I guess. All right. Why don't we get off the Sabres here, and let's head over to – let's go to the NFL. All right, and we're back. Now, big news in the NFL. The Bills Mafia, I was making fun of them because – they don't want that to happen. Hold on. I was making fun of the Bills Mafia because they feel like every time they get there's a free agent, they're all coming here. J.J. Watt.
I'm getting so tired of seeing that, too. Like, I see this guy eating chicken wings somewhere. It's like –
Yeah.
It's like, oh Lord have mercy. It's like it's got to stop somehow.
And there's J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
There he is. And he signed with Arizona. Yeah. Let me ask you, were you surprised on the team?
Oh yeah. I thought he was going to Green Bay, his hometown. That's where I thought he was going.
Yeah, I did too. I thought he was possibly going to go to Pittsburgh with his brother. But I think Pittsburgh's in trouble financially, with the cap.
Yeah, they're on their downside right now, and they're probably won't be a playoff team because they I don't know.
They got to get a quarterback eventually, right? They signed Roethlisberger.
They signed him for 2 more years. Didn't they?
Yeah. I mean, and I get it. I mean, why not if you don't have anything, going? But the Browns and Colts, according to Pro Football Talk, supposedly offered more to Watt.
Yeah.
Watt took 2 years, $31 million, and out of the $31 million, good for him. $23 million is guaranteed, so he gets the guarantee money. I don't think he was ever coming to Buffalo. I don't think Buffalo was even interested.
Or Cleveland.
Yeah.
Well, Buffalo would have had to give up like 3 or 4 guys to sign him.
I don't think he would do it. It ain't worth it.
And Bean said it wasn't worth doing.
I agree with him, because why would you want to do that? Here's a team that came that close to the Super Bowl. I mean, is really, and I like J.J. Watt. Great player, right? Great man, great everything. Does it all. Does everything right. But would he really, I mean, how much is he going to be on the field? How much is he really going to contribute as far as, you know what I mean? He's not an every down player, that's for sure.
No, not anymore.
Gets hurt awful lot. And
I just think he went out there to be in the warm weather, finish out his career. So
you know what? I'm going to give Arizona.
I understand that.
I'll give Arizona a little break too. They're not half bad.
No,
it's not like they're a bad team. They got some potential there.
Yeah.
You know. So they're not. I mean, they're not half bad.
You don't know. They could be a playoff team this year.
Sure, they could.
You don't know. So
yeah, we still got quarterbacks sitting out there that have no idea what's going to happen. This Russell Wilson stuff. News is. I'll tell you.
And Alex Smith just got released today too.
Oh, by the Redskins.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't say that. By the Washington football team. Excuse me.
Football team. Yeah.
See, I still can't forget. I always.
I know it's hard.
It's hard for all these years. Now the Washington football
and
team.
Who knows where he's going to end up now? So.
Yeah. I mean, I could see
He's
Chicago.
available. I
could
was going
see
to
it.
say Chicago.
He could be like a bridge to something else.
Yeah, for a year or maybe Carolina.
Yeah. I mean, because Russell Wilson's situation, though, is getting a little wet. He gave out 5 teams that he would go to.
Yeah.
And, you know, what kind of a boatload you got to give for that guy?
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking easily 3 first-rounders and more.
A couple players here and there.
Deshaun Watson, another one, who's refusing to play. He's talking he'll sit out if they don't move him. So now he puts the Houston team in a bad situation because he devalues himself. Because they know, you know, everyone's going to know that the Texans are kind of up against it. What are they going to do? You don't want to lose them for nothing. And
maybe Chicago's going to wait to the draft, see what they can come up with there.
They should have drafted him when they had the chance. The Bears, and Trubisky. I don't know where he's going to go. Jeez, didn't you get some? Was there some Bills news today? Did someone sign today?
Michael Hyde got a 2-year extension. 2023. There's no other details on it.
Yeah.
So that's good news for the Bills.
Yeah, he was good. I remember he was good in Green Bay.
Yeah. And congrats to Jesse Pagula for going on to the semifinals. Somewhere over in Europe.
She's in Qatar, right? Or something?
Qatar or something like that.
She did. Yeah, she's really
Dubai or whatever they were saying on there.
She's what now in the top 10?
Yeah, top 10.
Wow, we don't get a lot of that from around here.
No.
Good for her, yeah. Well, let's talk about a couple of rule changes in football. Wade, you'll be interested in hearing some of these. These are very interesting, this one. Let me try to explain it the right way, because it is kind of confusing. It's a new overtime proposal that the Ravens actually put out there to the league. And here's what it is. It's called spot and choose. So it's Team A versus Team B, okay? Team A wins the coin toss, going into overtime. By winning the coin toss, they will pick anywhere on the field to place the ball. Anywhere. They could put it on their own 10, they could put it on the goal line, they could put it on the 50. So now Team A will choose where they're going to put the ball. Then Team B, after Team A chooses where they're going to put it, Team B gets to decide if they want to play offense or defense.
Yeah.
And then it's sudden death from there on out. It's first, kick, field goal wins it, whatever. But I thought it was kind of interesting. Mm-hmm. What do you think? Isn't that kind of, because that's like so if I can say, okay, I win the coin toss, I'm going to put the ball on what would you say, on the 10-yard line.
I think that's the closest they can be is 10 yards.
Yeah, and I'll put it on the other 10. You know what I mean? I'll say, so now, he couldn't even do it.
Yeah, but then they could choose offense and defense.
Yeah, it's really kind of interesting.
You have to put it on the 50.
Yeah.
You have to put it on the 50.
I can't wait to see how that's going to...
Because if you can win it by a field goal as well,
right,
you have to put it on the 50.
I actually like the college overtime rule.
Oh, that's a cool one.
I love that. Mm-hmm. The way they do theirs.
But think about it.
I don't know if the NFL would ever do that, though.
Well, if I'm Team A and I win the toss, so I get to choose where to put the ball, so I can put it on. I put it on the other team's.
Well, there is no other team.
Well, we don't know. That's right, because they don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
So
It's got to be on the 50.
it's got to be on the 50.
So maybe it wasn't as great as I thought. The Ravens were making a big deal
Yeah.
out of this, John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to play offense or defense, yes, it is. If Team A wins the coin toss, it will pick anywhere on the field to place the ball. Team B gets to choose if it wants to play offense or defense. Yeah, I'm confused now.
And if you could win it by a field goal, then
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, because if I put it on their 10,
they can
just-
to do offense and kick a field goal.
but now
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
They'd have to
their
defend.
own 10.
So
Well,
they
no,
have to-
there is no their own, and
No, it's
this
I think-
second is picked offense or defense.
right. I think though there's a like when you do it, you got to. You know how they have to decide what side where they're kicking. You know that kind of thing. You got
Okay.
it's your goal line,
Okay,
their goal
yeah,
line.
yeah.
So I'm thinking if Team A puts it on Team B's 10 or 20-yard line, there's no way Team B is going to want to play defense. So they play offense from their own 20. You see what I'm saying? And then
Okay.
I know it's confusing.
That
and
is
then
confusing.
but then think about it. That might be a good call because then you're going to get Team B to have to play offense from their own 10. That means they got to punt it away.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, I like the old way I kind of like the old way they did it. If everything's going to end in a tie anyways, just kick it off and go.
Take it off and go play.
You know, for 15 minutes. I mean, the one, just going to flip over to another sport, talking about overtimes. I can't stand the NHL's overtime.
No, I like the old way how they did it. They played the 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That was it. Because, you play 3-on-3 to me is no better than the shootout. It's a big gimmick. I mean, the 3-on-3, did you ever watch how they play? I mean, you just wait, skate around. You can change. You do everything you want to do.
Street hockey in a way.
Why not 4-on-4 for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I would do that. Because 4-on-4 at least is
Yeah.
like the game. Because they play 4-on-4 with penalties. And I hate 3-on-3. And I can't stand the shootout. Think about teams.
That's
making
more of
the
a
playoffs.
show to get the fans to watch more, I guess. So
And they don't even watch. It's
No.
people like me and you watching. So,
we're glued to it. I mean,
I know. But you know what I always hope never happens, just in the NHL, is that never, ever happens in the playoffs, where they decide to let shootouts win playoff
go
games.
back to the NFL for
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yep.
There's a proposal, too, that no more coaches can be interviewed till after the championship game.
Oh, yeah, that's
They're talking
right.
about that today.
I think the Bills are interested in.
Yes, and
Is that because of Leslie Freight and all those guys?
'cause
Leslie
I
Freight?
think that should have been done years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, because it's terrible, because then they're coming in and they're already gone.
Yeah, it's like they might not be worried about what they're doing.
Yeah, who
Takes
knows?
away from
Yeah.
the playoffs.
And the players might look at them differently. It's kind
Yeah,
of weird,
yeah.
There's another rule change that I'm going back and forth on, and it's a replay thing. They're considering making roughing the passer call reviewable. Now, part of me likes that, because sometimes these roughing the passer calls, well, not only are they phantom, but because now it's just if you just touch their helmet at all. I mean, I'm not even talking. I'm talking like just a graze. So I hate more replay, but I don't know. I think that's. What do you think of that, John? Do you like that one?
I kind of like it.
Yeah. Wade,
So-
any thoughts on that one? With the reviewing the.
I have no thoughts.
No thoughts on that one, no?
thoughts.
What do you think
As a
the-
quarterback, I would.
Yeah. Yeah, you were a
I'm
quarterback.
encouraging the way that it is.
The way it is.
Yeah.
Lesser. Well,
the
protect them.
quarterback needs to be protected.
Yeah.
Right. No, I agree. Definitely needs to be protected. They do. The only thing I don't like is the phantom, the where they run by and you see it didn't. There was no contact.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you know what gets me, and I'll say this every time we talk about rules. I do not think it should be allowed to stiff arm a defensive back and punch them in the head, because that's concussion.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just as bad as whatever else is going, or a defenseless receiver.
Exactly. Yeah.
Some of those guys just.
I see running backs commit face masks.
Oh, I know, all the time.
All the time.
Yes, never called. Yeah, that's freaking.
What about what Henry did to Josh Norman this year?
Yeah, he slammed
That's
him.
Like-
awesome.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
But I mean, I remember O.J. Anderson years ago. He would punch.
Oh,
Because he
yeah.
was running,
Side
he would
of
throw
the head.
uppercuts. Yeah, all right. But here we're so worried about concussions, which we should be, no doubt. Because guys, you just saw who just passed away. We were just talking about this. It was the wife, Vincent Jackson.
Yeah.
And he was found in a hotel room alone, and it was the
Concussion
syndrome. Yeah.
related, yeah.
Because he doesn't know where he is, and and some of these guys, Dave Duerson, remember him? He's a great safety
Yeah.
for the Bears. He shot himself. I'll never forget this. He wanted to get away because he was afraid he was going to hurt his family. So he went to a hotel, shot himself in the chest, and left a message saying, "I did that so you could study my brain." I mean, that's incredible stuff. Now, that guy was very brilliant. I mean, he's a Notre Dame graduate. He was really, but still. I mean, you think Junior Seau, all these guys have, an offensive lineman shouldn't be forgotten, or defensive lineman either in all this, because they take a beating. You took a beating when you were in high school. Yeah. I mean, and that was old school, too, back then. Leather helmet types. No. No, I know. But, I mean, I always thought that. I watch it, and I always get mad. Geez, the DB comes up. He's about 180 pounds. The running back's about 240, 220, and just punches him in the head. I swear, straight out. And he, like Wade said, the face mask.
Yeah.
Nothing. And you know what else is tough? And I wonder if they'll ever do this. Like in college football, there's targeting. They call it targeting. And basically they go to the replay, and they see, okay, well, targeting, whatever, you're out. They throw the kid out. They throw him out. I never liked that. I think it would be better if they...
Wasn't it Woody Hayes the one time?
Oh, he punched the guy in the face.
Clotheslined him or something?
He punched him right in the face for Clemson.
In the face,
The guy from Clemson come right over. He punched him right up under the mask. But now, what I'm saying is, you're getting hit. You're hitting somebody. Think about you guys. You guys played football. I mean, believe me, I have no business saying that when you're hitting somebody, you can tell me. Wade, you can tell me. Is it hard? I mean, we learned how to hit with your head. Now, when you learned how to play football...
I was always a
quarterback, so you never had to throw any hits?
No.
What the... Well, you did.
Yeah.
All right, so
I got the freebies out of it.
But I just watch these guys try and hit somebody, and it feels like, oh my God, they'd have to be able to, in air...
Yeah, we set that straight up.
Yeah.
Never put your head down or nothing like that.
I mean, I'm guessing it'll be better in the next generation, because I think the new kids are getting, it's starting to become more of a...
They got better equipment nowadays,
too. Way better, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, but the football now, you know what it's got to be? People my age got to be gone, because they got to stop teaching the kids like you learned in the 80s, and 90s. You got to teach them different, because, geez, is it worth playing? I mean, I don't know. I mean, a kid to play the game anymore if you're concerned about... And how do you play flag football and translate it into tackle football? I find that hard to believe.
It happens all the time.
You'd be better off not even playing, and then just playing when you get into ninth grade in high school if you're not going to play... because they still do little... Do they still do that? Little loop and all that stuff?
Yeah, I've seen it around.
Because that's got to be... that's where it all begins. And then high school, obviously, to learn how to hit.
Well, now that there's new, better equipment, I could see that concussion rates would definitely go down.
Yeah.
Because when I was playing Little Loop, I mean, that helmet looked like it was my head was an orange on a toothpick.
Right.
Our head was not fit for that, really. The equipment does look better now, so.
Well, because how about when kids would go, I remember, and get their equipment from the school or whatever. Sometimes it'd be so tight on their head, it could look like your head must have been just like in a vice. And the equipment's much better. Someone was saying one time to me that they thought football was just going to kind of start to die away because of the concussions. Maybe parents are going to be scared. I don't think so. No. I don't believe so. I also don't believe...
Football will never die.
No, not in this country. No. I also believe that it depends where you come from, too, with football. It's really interesting. Up here, I mean, football's big, but we're not think about Ohio, and you think about Texas and Florida. I mean, they're just machines. I mean,
and Ohio's kind of a rarity, because can you really imagine a team besides Ohio winning the national championship that's a northern team?
Right? No, not anymore. Notre Dame has changed a lot.
I've been to high school games in Florida. I used to go down there on vacation where they had 10,000 fans at the games.
Yeah.
It's like, almost like a college game.
Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas is unbelievable.
Texas,
And I
they
can't
get
even imagine
20,000.
Yeah,
stuff
they're
like
packing places. They're
Yeah.
playing in the stadiums. I mean,
They're
here,
playing in the NFL stadiums.
And my question is, I don't think it's really that big of a difference in talent. What I think is it's just not being promoted out here.
oh, I agree. Yeah, yeah.
Back
'cause-
in the 70s, and I was playing and stuff, football was big. There's nothing, it was all football. I could bring a couple guys on.
Right.
I tell you.
yeah.
You know, can they?
I played football in high school in 2 different districts out here in Lockport and also in Syracuse for the Fowler Falcons. And let me tell you how big of a difference it is from each other. These in Syracuse, there's a dedicated channel to football for high school football on television. These kids are going to big colleges. We've seen Mike Hart going to Michigan. We had Marvin Harrison back in the day. So the talent's out here. It's just not being shown the way it should be.
I agree with that.
Like most of the recruiting is always down in the South, like all the Southern teams.
Yeah. Well, think about
Alabama, Georgia, down through there.
Now, basketball here has a nice, basketball in Western New York, even in Niagara County, has been. I mean, think of the guys that have come out of Niagara Falls High School. I mean, you had the one guy got drafted number 9, Flynn. Number 9 in the number 9 overall. Yeah,
with the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
And we're talking football again.
Oh, football,
look at Starks.
Yeah.
I mean, he was such a talent, but he had to go to UB. Why wasn't he getting all the big colleges offering him what he should have been offered? We're talking about a rookie who helped bring his team and got them a Super Bowl ring. And he's out here in Niagara Falls. The kid was amazing.
Who's the other kid? It's at UB now, the running back, Patterson.
Oh, Patterson, yeah.
Now, what's going to happen with him? I mean,
he had 8 touchdowns at one game. Jeez.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he goes. Local talent, though. I mean, I know we're going to get into that because you cover that pretty strongly, and that's good. I'm glad you do because I'll get into it now. But that's important because
I go to a lot of high school.
Oh, good. Because Wade's right. I mean, we do not, other than now the basketball, the kids make their own videos now, and and there's some really good ones that end up playing at like really good ball players.
Oh yeah.
One kid's last name was Harris, and he ended up playing. He's really good. He ends up playing at Damon. No, it's fine. I mean, I'm not no disrespect.
Who's the other kid? Paul Harris.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah. And
where's the option for these kids to have videos, to have these people
football.
Send it to different colleges? I think Gold Medal Media has an
we can help
opportunity here that we can help out with.
Especially the football kids. You're right, because you know what else too? The football coaches have changed through the years.
Yes.
We had better ones. I better not say this. I feel like we had better ones in the past than we do right now. That's all I'm going to say. At least ones that were connected a little more to where they could help there.
I ain't gonna lie. When I played back then, was a coach got a job through politics, so
Right.
it was the same deal.
Yeah.
Players as well.
Yeah.
Even in high school.
Even in high school,
Shit.
it is. Oh, you went through it. Yeah.
I went through it.
I know. I hear you. I went through it in baseball. I can remember, but. I'm glad though. We will. I never thought I wanted to talk about high school sports, to be honest with you, after I left. But I think it'll be a good thing. I'm glad you're covering that, John, because we can have get a lot of things going maybe all throughout the county here. So that's good. Good job here. I swear I never thought I was going to ever be considering high school sports again, but. There's just a lot. There's a lot of kids that I don't even, like I said, basketball in Niagara Falls was unbelievable there for a little while. When you think about all the titles, state championships they were winning, and all the players that were going, either if they weren't going to the NBA, they were going to NBA Europe, they were actually making money playing the game. And
all the powerhouses, what LaSalle had at the time.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, LaSalle, Niagara Falls, and then when they merged, I mean, we still had good stuff happening, and. I don't know, but Wade's right. I mean, the football kids are kind of pushed aside. It's funny because, like you said, it was all football all the time when you were playing. Now it's basketball, and football's kind of just you know,
Baseball was big then.
baseball here is horrible. The only reason is this weather. It's so hard to play. Like, you got kids in Florida playing
They play
all
year round, yeah.
you know, and we're playing lucky. You're lucky if you can even think of those days where you have to play in the gym forever because it's like this out, and it's March. You know what I mean?
And they're already playing games.
Oh yeah, they're hitting live. They're not hitting in a gym
Yeah.
somewhere. But all right, you know what? Let's get to one thing else before we get to our picks. We have UFC 259 coming up Saturday night. Well, I mean it's going to be good. You got Israel Adesanya. He's 20-0, going up against I'm going to butcher his name, Jan Blachowicz. But he's Polish. He's tough. That's going to be a good one. Adesanya 20-0, probably considered the best UFC fighter.
I'll be watching.
Yeah, best UFC fighter right now. I think unless John Jones ever comes back. And then Amanda Nunes, we were just talking about her. Yeah. Megan Anderson doesn't have a chance. She won't lose until she decides to retire. That's the way it is. She's like how the way Ronda Rousey was in the past. Yeah. But then Ronda Rousey, you come to find out, wasn't really that good once you got the people in there.
Got the same build almost. Too,
yeah.
So.
Peter Yan against another name that I'm gonna Aljamain Sterling. I'm gonna tell you this: if I was gonna bet these fights, the one I like is Sterling. I'd go with Sterling. It's hard to go against Adesanya. I would like to see him lose. Nunes isn't losing, but I like Sterling. You know what? I want to bring up one more video. I'm glad we have time. We got the baseball. I want to show you Fernando Tatis Jr. Real quick, and then I want to get your take on what the problem is here with this home run.
This is in the air to right field. Back it goes. Nando has done it again. Fernando Tatis Jr. a grand slam, and the Padres go on top, 14-3. 2 home runs, 7 RBIs for Fernando Tatis Jr. Unbelievable. Tatis has just hit a grand slam, his second home run of the night, and the Padres have a 14-3 lead. We are watching is nothing short of amazing.
And there we are. There's Fernando Tatis Jr., John. And I know you know this, but let me set it up for the people that might not out there. The score was 10-3 in the 8th inning, and bases loaded, 3-0 count, 10-3. Padres are winning. You see what he did. You got a problem with that?
Yeah, it's not professional to do stuff like that. So.
Is it because it's a 3-0 count? Or if it went to 3-1, would it have been better that he...
Yeah. Maybe he wasn't thinking, I guess. I don't know. I have to check it out more.
It was a big game. He ended up with 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. I also think these young guys don't play by the unwritten rule anymore.
No.
You know what I mean? That whole thing.
They got that don't care attitude right
now.
Well,
you also have, it's the Sports Center kind of generation of, these are highlights. I mean, if you can give 2 home runs, 7 RBIs, this kid after that, think about it, they just signed him 14 years, $350 million. But there was people very mad. The coach for Texas, I can't remember I don't even know if it's the same guy now, but anyways, he was very upset after that home run was hit. So yeah, it's an interesting thing with that, because I also remember Carlos Gomez. And you remember Brian McCann, the catcher he was with the Yankees, but with the Braves. Well, Gomez hits a home run and flips his bat, does the whole bat flip thing. And by the time he came around, McCann wouldn't let him touch the plate because they were getting into it. Yeah. I want to ask you about that. Jose Bautista, all those guys hit home runs, flip the bat around.
That's not cool. It's out of control when they do that. Something's got to be done.
That's when they get paid.
Some kind of fine.
But that's when they get hit. Yeah. That's what I like. But they don't let you do that no more. They don't let them. I'm not saying don't hit him in the head, but that's all right. Then when you get him in the, it's kind of what they used to do. Remember Reggie? Reggie Jackson didn't do half as much as they did.
No.
All he'd do is hit the ball, look, and flip his bat.
Flip the bat back, or give it to the bat boy, or.
Oh, he would flip. Remember, he would always watch his. And they used to call him a hot dog. I think Billy Martin said there's not enough mustard to cover him or whatever. And I was just thinking about that because when I watched it, and they were talking about unwritten rules, and there's so many in baseball. There's a lot of unwritten rules. Think about the whole thing with even just trying to break up a double play. Remember the one guy, and I'm not going to remember the name, but it was Roy Halladay, had a no-hitter going perfect game in the 9th inning, and the guy bunted.
To
get he broke up.
What are you doing? It's
in the score, and it wasn't like a
Yeah.
close game either.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. But that's the kind of stuff though that you know who would have done that. I know you're probably gonna think I'm wrong. Pete Rose. He's gonna win.
Oh,
He
yeah.
don't give a damn, and he might have bet on the game too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
then he's gonna have to cover
You
the
go in the dugout and bet on the
Yeah.
game, so.
That's why I'm tough. It's tough for me. I mean, I get the old school, then I get, it's 10-3, eighth inning, he hits a grand slam. Yeah, I don't know. I know why guys are mad, though.
Yeah.
I think he should just get beat.
Yeah.
And there should be no problem with the ball hitting him in the thigh.
There's always a word payback, so.
Yeah, right.
So.
No doubt about it. Now, a
That's
couple other things in baseball, though, that were surprising to me. I saw Aaron Boone had to have a pacemaker
Yes.
implanted. That was stunning.
Yeah,
I didn't.
that shocked me when I saw that.
Players were pretty shocked
Yeah.
too. So he has a low heart rate, so they put an implant in the pacemaker. That's
Prayers for him too.
yeah,
so.
that's nuts. And here's another thing that I'm not surprised. This is Albert Pujols lied about his age. So he's probably about 3 or 4 years older than he said he was. Miguel Tejada's done that in the past. A lot of Dominican players. When you think about Dominican players, and this is not to stereotype because I think it's just true. They have done that a lot. I mean, think of El Duque, although he came from Cuba. El Duque, remember Orlando Hernandez?
Oh, yeah.
Who knows how old he was? He could have been 50, and we don't know what he was. But a lot of Dominican players, if you notice, and steroids, a lot of PEDs. And I don't know if that's because in the Dominican it's easier to get because of,
Well, more than likely, yeah.
and pharmaceutical things are different there with how they do their pharmaceuticals and stuff than we do. I'm not going to get into the political
Back in
parts.
the Mark McGuire days with
Oh, God.
the Bash brothers.
Yeah, those guys. And they were like animals. I mean,
Yeah.
Barry Bonds says
Barry
it all.
Bonds.
When his head grows
Yeah.
that much,
Yeah. Come on
he
now.
can't fit his hat no more. The best is, and I should have brought this up for this. Did you remember, and this is going back, hopefully for people, when Barry Bonds played for the Pirates and his coach was Jim Leland,
Yeah, I do remember.
and they got into that fight. It's one of the most funniest things I've ever seen. But Bonds just quit.
Yeah.
He pretty much told it. And that was the beginning of think about it. Back then, you were going by unwritten rules.
Yeah.
He just told him right out. Right on that. It was during spring training.
Yeah.
Told him right to his face.
Yeah.
And that's a guy like Leland who's been around forever. One of the great managers.
Yes, he was.
He used to smoke right in the dugout. I remember. That's great.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
used to like that guy too.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah.
Was he with the Tigers forever?
Mhm.
I didn't like him much when the Yankees were getting beat. Remember the Yankees were getting beat by the Tigers a lot in the playoffs.
It's like all the time. Nails their nemesis. So.
But batting A-Rod
Yeah.
ninth and all that nonsense again. Yeah, it was. What are you going to do? Once again, dwelling in the past. Let's get some picks out. I think last
Sure.
week you were 2-1,
Yes, I was.
and I was 1-1. So that makes you now. Hold on. That makes me 4-4, and that made you. You are now 5-4.
Alrighty.
Because you picked an
Glad you
extra
got
game.
that covered.
Oh, I got it. Don't worry. All right, now who do you got this week?
I'm taking Washington over Boston tonight. Sorry, little brother.
Straight on, yeah. And I think they're a dog too, Washington. So it's nice.
Buffalo over the Islanders. That's my upset of the year tomorrow.
Eventually they got.
They
that's
gotta
a good,
win
that's a good
soon,
shot, and
so.
especially at plus 180. All right.
And I'm taking Vegas over St. Louis tomorrow night too.
All right.
That should be a good game tomorrow.
All right. Well, tonight I got the Blues minus 120 at Los Angeles, and tomorrow night 7:08 Winnipeg. I love this. I should bet it. Winnipeg plus 125 at Montreal. They're getting. I love it.
Yeah.
You got. I love dogs. When in the money line.
Yeah.
The dogs. I have a hard time. It's hard to bet someone who's
Oh,
minus
yeah.
180. I mean, 'cause you're not getting nothing for it, and if you lose, you're going to be upset. But so those are our picks. Hopefully next week I can catch up because you are a game up on me now. And go ahead, John.
And congrats to the St. Bonaventure men's
Yes,
team today
right.
for beating Duquesne 75-59 to move on in the NCAA tourney.
What's the Atlantic 10?
Atlantic 10.
Atlantic 10 tournament, and hopefully they are going to make the. They will
Yes.
make the NCAAs this year, and we're going to have a guest when that gets closer to talk about the NCAA tournament.
Yes, John Hayes will be on.
Yeah, St. Bonaventure ball player,
Ball
alumni,
player, former Niagara Falls High player, born and raised in Niagara Falls. He'll be on April 2nd.
Because it's going to be a really, really weird tournament this year because of COVID. Because look at Niagara. Has Niagara even? I don't even know the last time the men's team played. Because they got
Yeah.
their tournament has to be going the MAC tournaments now.
I know the hockey team's playing.
Are they?
Yeah.
Geez, men's basketball hasn't even. And I was dying to see them because I thought last year they turned the corner. Kind of like the coach too.
Mhm.
I liked everything that was happening. It's too bad that they, didn't turn around. Hopefully they'll get back because I love going to those games. I know you do
me
too.
too.
Right down the street, pretty much. Yeah. All right.
2 seconds.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's another Wednesday. Wednesday. Another Friday,
Another Friday night.
wrapped up, and I hope we kind of kicked you off for the weekend. A lot of hockey to be played this weekend. Enjoy it. Like I said, the UFC tomorrow night is going to be a good one, a real good one to watch. Prelims start at 8 o'clock. Main card's at 10. There's probably some preseason baseball floating around.
Yes, this weekend, I'm sure there is.
Somewhere. The NFL never dies, so you'll, of course, have all kinds of everything comes out about them. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. Well, John, I guess it's time, man. We're done.
Okay, John.
All right.
See everybody next Friday.
Yep, see you next Friday, everyone.